Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we have a new business Wi-Fi router from Asus, the Expert Wi-Fi EBR63. Even though this is classified as a business router, it is still easy to manage and configure. And at the same time, the performance is actually amazing. But before anything else, I would like to say thanks to our friends from Asus Philippines for letting us test this Wi-Fi router. In this video, I will show you on how to configure the router, show some of the features on the web management console, do a performance test, and of course, give my recommendation. Without further ado, let us unbox the unit. For the specification, it is Wi-Fi 6 AX3000, dual band 2.4 and 5 GHz Wi-Fi frequency, 1.7 GHz quad-core processor, 512 MB of RAM, 4 LAN ports capable of gigabit connection, 1 USB 3.2 and 1 USB 2.0 port. Can be mounted on walls or ceiling, supports VPN and VPN fusion, supports up to 5 SSID, customizable guest portal, and a lot more. I'll just include a link on the description below for the full specification. Okay guys, now for the configuration. First of course is you need to plug the power adapter on a wall outlet and the power port at the top or maybe at the bottom of this EBR63. Okay, and of course, you need to get a LAN cable coming from your source of internet. Okay, for us, this is directly connected to our main modem router from Converge, and you need to plug it in at the back or at the top of this Wi-Fi router in the blue port located. This is actually the one port. It is color blue, and you need to plug it there. Okay, and after that one, we will be using the Asus Expert Wi-Fi application on Google Store. And of course, it is also available on Apple devices. So after that one, let's try to connect to the Wi-Fi router of this EBR63. So the Wi-Fi SSID, the default SSID is the Asus_10 EBR63. Connect on that one. And of course, the password. You need to get the initial password that is located at the back of the router, which is number_655. Number_655. Show that one and connect. Okay, and we are already connected. And of course, we're going to open the Asus Expert Wi-Fi application and click on the plus sign. Okay, do you have Wi-Fi network has no internet access? Yes, because we haven't configured this router yet. And click on the plus and set up new router. It will automatically detect if there are any Wi-Fi router available to configure for Asus. And it was able to see this one. We're connected. Click on that one. Okay, make sure you have connected the modem to your router's one port. Okay. And yes, system setup, get started, and it will detect your internet connection status. Okay, if there is special requirement from your ISP, none, so let's just click next. And the create Wi-Fi network, Wi-Fi SSID. So for now, maybe let us separate the 2.4 and 5 GHz. As you can see, automatically the 5 GHz Wi-Fi network has an _5G, but for the password, it will retain the same. So click next. Then maybe system setup and maybe later. For the system setup, for the admin, set it up. Okay. Okay, and we have set up the password and hit apply. Okay, and searching for Asus router. Okay, I think we have already connected. Yes, of course, automatically it will try to optimize your network. Okay, let's wait for this one to finish. Your expert Wi-Fi EBR63 is almost ready. And you can actually bind it to your Google account, Asus, or Facebook account, and let's click maybe later. And right now we have here our configuration that we have set and hit finish. And that's really easy to configure. In less than 7 minutes, we are already able to configure this Wi-Fi router. That was smooth and easy to configure. Now let us try to check the web management console and check what is it actually capable of. But if you want to skip to the actual test, go to this timeline. Under the web management console, we have here the dashboard. In here, you'll be able to see the basic information on your Wi-Fi router, like the primary one, if it's connected. If you have a dual one configured on this router, you'll be able to see it here as well. And you have clients, DNS benchmark. For the system status, this shows you the utilization of the CPU and RAM of your Wi-Fi router. And of course, you have the Ethernet ports that is available on your Wi-Fi router and a traffic monitor to oversee the traffic that is ongoing on your network. And next one would be AI mesh. For the AI mesh, guys, this is where you actually set up or manage the other AI mesh node on your network. Unfortunately, we only have one Wi-Fi router configured, so you'll be able to see here only one. Next one will be the self-defined network. For the self-defined network, guys, this is actually what Asus business router offers. You can create a defined network. This already has a presets available: employee, guest portal, guest network. And of course, you can also create a customized network according to your needs. But for now, let us try to check one of the guest portal that we have created and show you the things that you can do. Like for example, this Coffee Joe. Okay, as you can see here, you can actually configure a lot of things in this one. For the Wi-Fi band for 2.4 or 5 gigahertz, bandwidth limiter, access intranet. Of course, you have to turn it off or disable this one so they won't be able to access the back end of your network. And aside from that one, we have Wi-Fi scheduling. And for the advanced settings, guys, as you can see here, you can tag it for VLAN ID. And of course, if you want to hide SSID as well, you can do it here. And for the AI mesh node, yes, we only have one, so this one is only available. Next one would be the VPN. For the VPN, guys, you can set this Wi-Fi network for a VPN configuration. So all users that are connected on this SSID will have that VPN configuration. Next one will be the clients, and of course, lastly, the guest portal. Let us try to check if we can customize the guest portal. Portal type is pre-Wi-Fi. Guys, I would just like to remind you that this business Wi-Fi router is only capable of creating one guest portal. Okay? And if you have already created a guest portal, the other one would only have SSID and other security settings as well. But for the guest portal, right now its portal type is pre-Wi-Fi, and the brand name, maybe this is the SSID that you have. You can set the SSID differently according to your needs. You have here the landing page. If you want, you can change this one. Click on the image. There are already a lot of presets available. But if you want to add an image, you can do that one as well. Click on plus and select the image that you want to see for your clients. And you also have connection timeout on how many minutes you want your client to connect to this Wi-Fi network. And for the landing page, guys, redirect to your website after they have clicked the OK button or continue. You can set it to redirect to another website. Like for example, if you're promoting your website or YouTube channel, you can add it in here so they'll be able to see that website of yours. And if you want, you can add your own passcode as well on this one. Okay, and aside from that one, let's go to VPN server. Guys, for the VPN server, we haven't created any video for this one, but this one is capable of doing a PPTP, OpenVPN, IPsec VPN, WireGuard VPN. I'll create a video for this one in the future. And of course, we have here the VPN Fusion. For the VPN Fusion, guys, this is actually helpful if you want a specific device to have a VPN configuration. Like for example, if you're Netflix, you want to set a VPN tunnel that you'll be able to access the Netflix streaming videos available in US. You can set that one as well. If you have VPN accounts, you can do that. And next one will be the AI protection. Guys, for the AI protection, this is basically disabled at first. This malicious site blocking, two-way IPS, infected device prevention blocking, because it actually eats resources like the CPU and RAM. But for us, we have enabled this one to make our network more secure. It's up to you if you want to set this one up. We have here the traffic monitor. Under the traffic monitor, it will give you an information on what is the traffic happening on your network. Okay, and next one would be the settings. Okay, under the settings, let's go to the wireless. Guys, for the wireless, these are the things that we can do. Change the wireless configuration that we have, WPS, WTS, wireless MAC filter, where we already have created a video for this one. If you want to manage the devices that are able to connect to your Wi-Fi network. For the data settings, this one is if you have an authentication server configured, you can use this one as well, and roaming blacklist and professional configuration on the wireless. Next one for the LAN, I think the most important thing that we have here is setting up the IP address range that you have, and of course the DHCP server. And if you want to add another route, you can create a route on this tab if you want. And we have IPTV, switch control, and VLAN. For the VLAN, guys, you can set a tag on your VLAN. And as you can see here, access or trunk. Next one would be the one. For the one I think that we usually do with this is the dual one. If you have another source of internet connection like dual one, like for me, if I have conversion PLDT, I can configure it here. Click on dual one and see here, you just need to enable dual one. And of course, the primary one would be the one port, and the secondary one, you can choose either USB or Ethernet LAN. Then for the dual one mode, it is either failover or load balance. You have here an additional port trigger tab, virtual server port forwarding, DMC, DDNS, not pass-through. And we have here next is the device access control. Okay, for the device access control, you'll be able to see here web app filters. We have created a video for this one, and of course, the time scheduling. Next one would be adaptive QoS. And we have here the bandwidth monitor, the traffic ongoing on your network, but let's go to QoS tab. Okay, and as you can see, we have enabled this one as well and set adaptive QoS. You have option on which one you want to prioritize. Like for example, our traffic is prioritized more on games, but if you want, you can customize as well. So maybe work from home is the first one or highest priority. Next would be gaming and everything. Okay, and let's just cancel this one. And of course, we have here web history and internet speed. Guys, I would just like to reiterate that the internet speed built in on the Wi-Fi router is actually helpful, because sometimes if you have a mobile phone that is not capable of using more than 100 Mbps and you try to do a speed test, you're only able to get 100 Mbps. But unlike the internet speed built in on the Wi-Fi router, if you do that one, that is the actual internet speed that it is getting from your source of internet. And for us, it's like having a 500 Mbps subscription plus, and we are getting around 492 Mbps for our internet connection. That is directly on the Wi-Fi router. For the USB application, you can set the USB port on this Wi-Fi router, like for example, network printer server, or maybe USB modem, and configure media server as well. We have IPv6 and firewall. For the firewall, we have URL filter, keyword filter, and network service filter. We have created another video for this one to check it out on if you want to configure the filtering of accessing website or portals. You can check that video as well. We have next one is administration. For the administration, these are the things that it can do. It's wireless router mode, access point, AI mesh node. Okay, and we have here system firmware upgrade, restore, save, and uploading. Guys, I would just like to remind you that it is really important to save a setting. So when you have configured your Wi-Fi router and it needs to be reset or a factory reset, or if you encounter any issue and you do a factory reset, you can upload the settings that you have configured before. This is actually helpful. Next one, we have system logs, network tools, and I think that will be all for now for the web management console. That is a lot of features, but of course, we need to test the actual range if it can cover the entire house or maybe a small establishment. Okay guys, right now we are just standing in front of the EBR63 and we are connected to the 5 GHz Wi-Fi frequency of this Wi-Fi router. And we're going to do a baseline testing on this location just in front of the Wi-Fi router. And hit go. And we are connected to Converge ICT solution, and we have 500 Mbps of internet subscription from Converge. Okay, for the baseline testing, we are getting 495 Mbps per download while 527 Mbps per upload. Now, let us try to move to the other room or the master's bedroom. Okay guys, and right now we are on the master's bedroom, and let's try to check our internet connection if we are still connected to the 5 GHz Wi-Fi network and we are still connected to the .1, and let's hit go for the speed test. And guys, we are getting 492 Mbps for download while 239 Mbps for upload. Now let's try to move downstairs. Okay guys, and as you can see, we are on the ground floor and we are still connected to our Wi-Fi network. Let's try to check on which network we are connected. We are still connected to the 5 GHz Wi-Fi network, but we have a minimum signal strength. And let's try to hit go as well. Okay, to check our internet speed. And right now, we are still able to get 38.8 Mbps for download while 36.9 for upload. And let's try to check what will happen if we connect to the 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi network of our EBR63. Click on that one. Okay, and we are connected to the 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi network. And let's try to hit go. Okay, our original is 38 and 36. Okay guys, and as you can see, we have an improvement on the 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi network on download, while for the upload, it's somewhere around 34.5 Mbps. And now let's try to move upstairs or on the third floor. Okay guys, right now we are on the roof deck or on the third floor while our Wi-Fi router is located on the second floor, and we are still connected to the 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi network. And let's do a speed test on this location. Okay guys, as you can see, we are able to get 47 Mbps for download while 41 Mbps for upload on 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi network. But of course, let's try to check again if we will be able to have an internet connection using the 5 GHz Wi-Fi network. Okay, and we're connected to the 5 GHz Wi-Fi network on the roof deck. And let's do a speed test. 47 and 41. Okay guys, as you can see, we are still able to get an internet connection using the 5 GHz Wi-Fi network on the roof deck with 9.23 Mbps for download while 14.2 Mbps for upload. That was a great range coming from a small Wi-Fi router. And of course, what good is range if it is not actually stable? So we tested our favorite online games, Mobile Legends, to see how it performs. Playing inside the bedroom with the door closed, at 5 GHz Wi-Fi network, we are getting single-digit latency all the time. While on the ground floor, we are getting single to double-digit from time to time, and that's actually still playable. So we connected to the 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi network, and we are able to get single-digit latency most of the time. Now, for my recommendation, is this for you? Actually, there are a lot of enterprise-grade network tools out there, and most are individual components like a router is one component, and you need to buy access point for wireless. Another machine would be for web filter and firewall, and so on and so forth. That will cost a lot of money and a lot of time to study to configure those devices. Or maybe pay more for an expert to configure and manage those devices. Now, Asus is offering this set of business Wi-Fi routers which is more affordable and easier to configure. So for me, this is still a good option. It might not have the bells and whistles of those enterprise grade router, but maybe Asus is moving there step by step, and I hope so. And if you have already purchased a business Wi-Fi router from Asus, you don't need to worry in the future, for these are actually AI mesh capable, compatible with other Asus AI mesh router for a different lineup, and can be used as an access point. So if you want to step up in the near future, you can still use this one as an access point. And for the rating, I'm giving it a 4.5 star, because there are still features I think that is essentials that are not included yet. Like for the guest portal, even though the user has expired time, they can just actually reconnect again and again. Maybe it's a strategy, I'm not really sure. And maybe adding a voucher type connection will be a great addition, like for cafeteria, give them a one-time access for the internet, and that is actually good. But the reason of 4.5 star is I love the design. It really looks clean and very professional. An all-in-one router, a switch, an access point. It's really great. And it is really easy to configure and has a great web management console, and can be added again to other Asus AI Mesh router. And most importantly, the performance in terms of range and stability, you have seen it on the actual test. It is actually great. So if you are a business owner, gamer, or casual user looking for a third-party Wi-Fi router, this one is a good option. And honestly, I think this is one of my favorite dual band router from Asus, aside from the AX53U. Okay, and I think that will be all for now. If you have comment and suggestion, comment down below or message me at JK Chavez on FB. Again, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Stay safe and bye!